of the shop. Like what do you like? You
started?
hire us, like what do you? That's what we do. That's our product.
All right. Okay, Rabbosai. Parshas, what is it? This is Parshas Korach. Huh?
Korach is the antithesis of Claudius Knesset.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but right.
Having the share.
No, this is done. This is very interessant. Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kahas ben Levi ben Dosan of Abiram ben Eliyav ben ben Palas ben Reuven. So this parsha from like Dosan v'Aviram, very interessant parsha. Very, you know, it's not Parshas. You know, we know that Chamushim, although Bnei Yisrael Mitzrayim, so there was 80% died were nifter in Mitzrayim. You understand? So only 20% was Zachar. And these fellows were from the Zachar to the Geula, the Kriyas Yamsuf, and whatever was Rosh Shivcha Al Yam was Gates of Zayochet. I mean, this is, you know, and you know, your opinion of, like, you know, you think it doesn't have you think, like, you know, the guys you know, smoking and the drinking and this, but you know, the Maisa, it's not an easy parsha. Ich verstehe, but as we'll see, but not so parshat, and I don't know. It's just, you know, there was auch to eat the man. They were daft over the man, but there was auch to the man. I mean, you know, there's auch matan Torah in the man and this and this is you know, this is a parsha.
They took club, no?
Huh?
They took club for the Jewish people.
No. That's a different religion. That's a different. We're not going there. That's, you know, like, you know. You know,
just that I do.
This is not like, you know. I go, no, but this time, listen. You know, we'll say it. What?
She'll leave this one.
Okay.
Oh, what?
No, he says it's chat. She'll leave this one.
Says what?
What he just said. Doesn't have any. Took clap for Claudius.
All right. Listen, you show it to me first, and then we'll talk about it. But anyway, so I'm saying it's something that we have to keep it in mind, and they were the antithesis to not to Claudius but to Moshe Rabbeinu. Yes, they were told me they were on, you know, they were trying to knock down from Parshas, the end of Parshas Shema, so on. So that this was Dosan v'Aviram, so it's, you know, it's not Parshas, and also, like you see, like when Reuven, the Reuven Tzaddik was in Bilbo as Yitzuei Aviv, you know, understand? So the Pshara, so the Torah arbeitet sich in a different fashion. The Torah is, understand, the Torah is a limud, the Torah is harur, the Torah is coming to, the Torah looks at people in a certain microscope. The mashal, besides last week I had Parshas Shlach, you had these meraglim. So because Anoshim called Anoshim Shabbatar is Ksherim Heim, and then Rashi says they were Rishoyim from Unfang verkehrt. They were Makish the Biel the Biyasim Laretz the Chazarosim Laretz, like, you know, just like the Chazara, they were Eitzel Rosa in the Halach, and we spoke about it last week, like, you know, exactly what was the what was the Indian of that, but that's not the Indian. You see the Torah Chazal roofs Rishoyim. You know, these Rishoyim, Lama Nismicha, first Rashi, Lama Nismicha Parshas, you know, Shlach. You know, because Rishoyim Elu, they didn't take Musa from Miriam, Aaron and Miriam, what happened for the Lashon Hara. So Abazay, so the Pshara, so you see the Torah at one they call them anoshim, they're kasherim, and they were chashuvim. They were chashuvim from Bnei Yisrael. They were, we're talking about the Dordei here. We're not talking about something so it's that in the Torah hashkafa is a person that they're Rishoyim, and they were definitely Rishoyim, but the Pshat is from Dazbeg, and it's not our Unzor Hasoga from Rishis. So it's Toina Hezbollah, it's Toina a little bit a lot, whatever we could do, whatever we could be masber to try to understand this parsha. It's very, very interesting. It sounds like the Iker Tainas and stuff like that they had to do with the Dasan and Miram. It wasn't like a sideshow over here. It was like this is something so. This is Dasan Tain Hezbollah over here. So Abazay like this. I'm afraid. Last week was Chatosi and Imaskir, so this I'm going. I think I'm continuing. Zok the Rambam. Hilchos Yisodi Torah Perek Beis, Halacha Aleph and Beis. Hakel hanechbod v'anoira hazeh mitzave la'avo whatever le'yira also shneimar v'yahavto es Hashem Elokecha v'neimar es Hashem Elokecha tiro. So there's a mitzvah from Avos Hashem, there's a mitzvah from Yiras Hashem. Famous Rambam, we all know the Heichi derech la'avoso v'yiroso. Now, what's the derech of this Av and Yira? Now, I have to understand the Rambam is gevot on the Heinz. Everything doesn't mean anything today. Today, his words are come out meaningless, But you have Ava. What does that mean? How Ava is the Rebbeinu Shalom's leis machshava tfisa bei. So we don't know the Rebbeinu Shalom. We don't have no Bria has any shaykhs to the Rebbeinu Shalom in terms of hasogas of what the Rebbeinu Shalom is. So that's what the Rambam had. There's a hakdama to this Rambam. The Pshas v'heich he had derech la'avosa v'yiroso means the Pshas that how's the shaykhs unkommen to the ava to something which is mamish leis machshava tfisa bei. It's a pella. It's all we know is like the midos of the Rebbeinu Shalom, how he's nisgale, how he's on hogus in the world. That's what's called midos of Hashem. So what do we love? We love the on hogus like then. How do you? It's not those. You have to as Hashem Elokecha. You're loving Hashem. How do you love Hashem? The way what Hashem is. No, nobody has any song of what Hashem is. So how in the world do you come to this? This is a zach. This is something that we have to understand. We have a mitzvah here. There's a mitzvah from the Sheish mitzvah Tvirius. Is Avos Hashem. From Avos Hashem, and so you have 24/7. It's on Zachar the Kevitz from the Bar Mitzvah on weiter. So and it's every reg of Chayim. So how do you makayim this? It's like by us. It's like sure, I love Hashem. I love him. I love hamburgers. And I love Hashem also. I love it. I love him. How do you love him? In what way is it? We're talking about real love. We're talking real love. So that's the Rambam is gerecht. Is v'hechi derech ha'avos of Yeroso. How's it shaykh? What's it? How it's unkommen to them? The shoshi is barnei adam b'ma'isa. You got to hear this because it's very interesting. Very interesting zach. The shoshi is barnei adam b'ma'isa.
Oh yes, also Yerasi.
Yeah,
that we're able to push there, right?
Okay. But also it's also no, because it's not a Yeruf and just see again if we're talking about Yeris ha'onish, so you can say okay, so I don't know who's I have no asaga in core of the onish, the Rebbeinu Shalom Aleid, but I'm afraid of the consequences of my actions, and stuff like that. So the Pshat is Nechanami, but that's not the year that the Torah is followed. The Torah followed the year Yearus Ramamus, Yearus from the Rebbeinu Shalom Aleid, not from anything that's going to happen to a person. There's a, like the Mesilas Yesharim said, it's Yearus Pechusa, that's for people that have no other kind of hasogas and stuff like that. But then there's a Yearus, but again, the Av is even for the Pechusa, for everybody. There's an Av 24/7. So how is a person that tries to come? You're right. B'shoshi is banein ha'adam b'maisav u'beruav hanefloim. A person that's aware and mizbanen, he delves into the world. He delves into the neflos habari, neflos habriya. Hagadolim v'yira mehen chachmoso, and he sees the tremendous chachma of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Person sees the tremendous chachma of the Rebbeinu Shalom. That's I'm telling you. I try to explain to you that's I told you about Avram Avinu with his Avram Prokim from Avodah Zarah, because he was a stakel. He looked into the world, and he was a nishma. He was a nishma of an asa. He was like, he heard whatever tikkunim, but he saw. It took him decades and decades to misbanin on the world and the bria and the floor, and that's why he could have Arba Meir Prokim. Because Avodah Mazal, he looked into the mamish. The things that they're finding now is unbelievable chachma on the floor. So there is in the bria. There is, and besides, so we'll see there's a Sifri that talks about the Torah, whatever. But again, it's the Pshat says his bonus in the Torah. It's his bonus. It's a hamaka. It's a person that chaps. Let's see. The year mehen chachma. He sees mehen chachmasa shein lo erech v'lo kates. It's an initial l'shayir, the chachma of the Rebbeinu Shalom. A person looks at the world and he sees there's not l'shayir, the chachma. He's floored by the chachma of the Rebbeinu Shalom. He's pushing this miyad hu ohev. That's the way to do it. You understand? The pshat is a person that we'll see. A miyad hu ohev u'mishabeach u'mefoer. Like a person that's in a spore from something. A person that's in a spore comes a spileless from something. He doesn't just sit there like those said. He's got he's mamish unbelievable. It's a shachosich, and the spileless comes out. He can't contain himself. He cannot contain himself from the spileless that he's feeling. He says miyad hu ohev. This creates a love. That creates love. It's unbelievable. And he's going to be Meshabeach, the Rebbeinu. He'll run around and talk about, the Rebbeinu, this is what he does, and how his bria, this, and the Sugya. I told you that this is everything goes, and the Mam's all things stimmt, and this.
And don't create year at the same time?
Yeah, but we're not, I'm not excellent. All right, 1 second. Yeah, but let's yeah. We're talking about the year also. Rabbi, we're talking, but I'm focused right now. The Rambam that's it from Ava right now. You have to understand the Rambam's a Rambam. There's halachas here. This is halachas. This is a problem. This is something we got to understand. How do I come to loving a Kadosh Baruch Hu? This is a real problem. There's a mitzvah to medius of 24/7 on every person, and the pshat and how what is it? So the person you love but every regular I'm thinking about the Avos Hashem. I'm thinking about the how does it like this? The pshat, a person who's in a matzah from his spilus. He said that his spilus creates the ava. Miyad, it creates the Ava miyad. He can't contain himself. He has to praise the Rebbeinu Shalom. He's running. And this creates a taiva gedola to go weiter. He has to have more. I need more. I have to. It's something I never experienced. It's unbelievable. Like it's pili ployim. David, So the Pshat said this is what David HaMelech is talking about. Like, we have to understand, like, we're pretty complacent, we're pretty, set in our ways, and we have, Baruch Hashem schedules, and we have work, and we have this, and we have different things, you don't see a person that's running around like like a guy. You gotta hear this. This is unbelievable. The chiddush, the chiddush in the Bria, the chiddush in the Gemara, and this you gotta hear. It's like the David HaMelech said, the Pshayah said the Malachim would come and they have their business. The Malachim have their whatever, they have their big aims, they have their business, they have whatever they talk about. And this, and he's talking about the Torah. And he wasn't, but what was the motivation to talk? What's the matter with him? So you're also a melech, you gotta, Torah says he couldn't contain himself. It's Soma Nafshi Le'Elokim Le'Kelchai. It was Soma Nafshi. It was it's a mayor. The man was obsessed with David HaMelech Yisrael. Was obsessed with the Rebbeinu. He's spineless in the Rosh. Dos is the Ava. Dos is the Ava. Dos is the Ava. That's miyad. It creates Ava, and it creates later Taiva Gedola. It's unbelievable. Taiva Gedola. To later to know Hashem. Mesava Taiva Gedola later Hashem Agadol. Rabbi say this is not just the Dvarim, this is not a guy saying a drasha over here and trying to marry the tzibur. The Rambam Retzich from Halacha, the Rambam is talking about Ikar Din, the Rambam is talking about this is not this is not Musa over here. Ukshemechashe b'dvarim ha'elu atzmam miyad hu nirsa l'acharav. So now we'll get to the Yira. Now he's going to talk about the Yira now. So when you think about these things, Meshach Chashev b'dvarim ha'elu atzmam miyad hu nirsa l'acharav. He's poshut. He's flawed. He's in the colloquial expression, like he goes bad. He's shocked. V'yifached v'yadei shehu bria katana shfeila afeila. He's mamish in comparison. In comparison, is it creates such a bittul. Bedas kalosh b'muuta lefnei tamim deis. He was poshut l'fnei tamim deis. He's the Metzias of the world. The man's walking around and it feels like nothing. It's a comparison. It's a wonder. It's a wonder. It's a pella. It's everything. And the Pshayim really feels so insignificant and small. We're talking about anybody. We're talking about anybody. We're talking about Moshe Ben. Moshe was Mekayim the Yira. This is what it is. This is the Yira. This is the Yira. Yira Melsa Zitrusahui. Yeah, Eitzel Moshe. What do you mean? Moshe, how come he Eitzel Moshe? Because Moshe, the tremendous spilus, the tremendous, the Vekas and the Torah and the Hamaka and the Torah that the Pshat said of Moshe Rabbeinu. So it was a Milsa Zutrus. Means it was incorporated into his being, the Avos Hashem. It was the Yiras Hashem was incorporated. It was not automatically. We walked around like the Kamosha Amar David Ki Eresh Amecha Ma'isa Vesvasecha Ba Enesh Kisis Gerenu Ulefi Advar Me'elu. Okay, so now according to what we just said now, Ani Mevara Klolim Gedolim Ma'isa Riban Alamim. So if you ever looked at the Rambam and this, he's talking about all the different brias and this is what's called Pardes. Have you heard the Dalet Niknas in the Pardes? This is like we're Niknas in the Pardes. This is the first four prokim of the Yisrael Torah. It's Heis Pardes. This is what we're talking about. This is the Bria. This is the Hamakas Abriya of all of the Gilgulim, of the Malachim, of the ganze panorama from Bria is the Pshaz that those Heis Pardes. Very interessant Zach. So that's why the Rambam went and was extra mefurit the different types of the bria from everything. For all the Gilgulim, you know, that this is Mamish Pili Ploim. This is the reason why he did it. He thought, like, you know, like there's a reason for this. Because this is a fundamental here. This is not Kanishkin, you know, this is not a Chasidus. This is not a Milsa of Chasidus. This is Me'ikir, a Din, this is fundamental. And it says, so how do I do it? Where I got? So they said, help me. How do I do so? That's what the Rambam is writing. The Rambam is writing for us. The whole thing is in order to come to Lehov as Hashem, to love Hashem Yisbarach. It's Pili Ployim. If I would ask you, like, what's the point of the Rambam? Hey, he was a scientist, he was a doctor, you know, he was a person in tune with the Bria. No. R-Bechukotai Halol Hashem. That just talks about the matter and the Sodas Yitzira and stuff like that of you know, of the Aish and the Mayim and the Offer and the Avir, you know, like, you know, what for? What point is this is completely in order to facilitate that we should come to love Hashem. Because why? Because that's the only way to love Hashem is to go and look into Mima'ayin and Misamek and Misbonein on the Bria. The Bria, including the Torah, is a Pshat said that's the only way to come to, and you're mechuyev to. You're mechuyev to. This is not again. This is not. I have to stress it to you. This is not an option. This is not a Tosefes Milo. Oh, is that the gross tzaddik? And this is not. What's gross tzaddik? This is the from Yud Gimel on. It's mechuyev. It's a mechuyev. Well, how's it shaykh? How's it shaykh? So you say, well, you know, you teach a kid, you sing a song, and thank you Hashem, and this and that. No, that's not love Hashem. We love Hashem. It's main purpose. What do you mean? The Rambam's up today. That's not the Avos Hashem. You say, do you love Hashem? You ask any kid, and you ask any Yingle, do you love Hashem? Sure, I love Hashem. My parents told me, you know, you love Hashem. I love Hashem. That's it. Children's man.
That's something else also.
Yeah, you're like
more than one use.
Yeah. You're mafik the whole Shiur over here. I thought we love it. I didn't mean it. No, so anyway, this is Pili Ployim. I'm telling you, Rabbi said this is mamish unbelievable. This is. I can't explain it to you more. Like Amru Chachami be'inyan Ava, shebital kach atam makers misha Amr v'hoya olam. That
a kid loves somebody,
yes,
or loves Hashem,
right,
because Hashem gives him the lollipop, right?
Right.
So that's basically what the Rambam's saying, that by uns,
right,
we should love Hashem because He gave us this beautiful world with all these not shaykh things in it.
Okay.
That's what the Rambam said?
No, I don't think so, because if the Rambam would say a person has to have a karas atov and all the good thing, he has what to eat.
But he's saying he's nispal from the belt.
Yeah, spineless is not because you have you know what to eat. There's a karas atov. The pshat you're thankful, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That this is a lot more serious, a lot more deeper. This is something that the pshat is that to recognize that, you know, every time you make a bracha, we recognize it's the meisa from Hashem. Kol niyeh b'dvarim, sha'kol niyeh b'dvarim. It's alus. The Rebbeinu Shalom tut alus. That's not what the Rambam says. You see, that's on problem. So I would have no problem. The Rambam would say, listen, just, you know, you have to recognize that the goodness of the Rebbeinu Shalom and what's the host even Afil Ani Shem Yisrael, you know, he still has Chaim, so he has to have a karas tov for the Chaim, and that should cause a person to love Hashem, right? If he would say that, so that's fine. And I think that's what everybody thinks like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what the Rambam says. That's not what the Rambam says. And that is not that you know, that's not what the Rambam says. That's what I'm telling you. This is a revolution. This is unbelievable. This is Pili Ployim. This is not what the Rambam's talking about. The mitzvah for Avos Hashem, I told you, because this is a serious understanding. There's a serious problem to fathom. How's it shy to come to love Hashem? So you say, look, you recognize Hashem gives you everything. There's the Rambam like that. He doesn't say that. You understand? So this is exactly what I want to tell you. This is unbelievable. This is nifla adbad. And from this love of Hashem, we're going to come to Leida Taiva Gedola. You understand? Taiva Gedola. You can have a Taiva Gedola. Misava Taiva Gedola. Leida Hashem Agodol. This is just, it creates more. The more you're misbaning, you see the unbelievable chokhmah, whether it's in Zayed in the Welt or Torah, whether in the Welt in the Pshadas, but it's not a shitki sticky on the listen, I learned my thing, I did my thing, and I do my thing. This any Ben Torah has to see the Rambam, has the shachul. It's a pachet pechodim that this is the like you would think, like you would say, like you said. Yeah, I would have thought like that. That's why you teach your kids recognize and this and that. But that's not what the Rambam is talking about. The Rambam is a very, very serious and later taiva gedola. You understand? To know Hashem. And it's a miyad, he says. V'lo shein lo erech v'lo kates. Miyad hu ohiv. U'mishabeach u'mafara. The guys can't contain him. He runs, he talks, he's push it. And so, that's Ava. This is the Ava. You want to know the simon of the guy's Ava? You see Avram Avinu, Avram Ovi. He's running around and telling the Rebbeinu Shalom this, Rebbeinu Shalom that. There's ein Gott in the Welt, and this, a Bashaf in the Welt, and this. Das is Ava. Okay, so Avraham Avinu was, he was like, the super giant, and that was his, he was an expert in Ava, and that's nice, beautiful. Like that's why we call him that he was from the Avos, understand him. I look at the Sachen. So what's to talk to me? I also am a little more even keel. I'm not running around and telling it, and I'm not the spineless. Du hast nicht gehabt. Du hast es nicht gehabt. That's a pella. That's a pella to me. That's mamash a pili ployim. It's nifladik.
Why is it not a bigger pella for you, the Rambam?
Yeah.
The fact like this. You tell me that a guy comes and he sees that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was made to blow. He makes a world. He created a world so special in so many different ways for him. Hota, kosa toiv, hota, gefil. Versteht das, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is alles gemacht for him. So he has an ava. A guy comes there, he understands how great HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. So he goes and he sees a guy who's more talented. He's an unbelievable basketball player. The Schwarzer, he won the places. I feel up as a gewaltigkeit when I'm in his vicinity because I see how great he is. He's able to play music, Beethoven, mamish hafel a fellow. I don't feel good about it. Okay, so he's talented. It's nice. It's good. It's a fine thing. We am I gonna get miyad ahava.
Right. Das your mama is all good. It's all good.
I would also is that you find also that some of the biggest apikusim are the people that are boichin in the bria.
Yeah. Very good. So the opposite. This is mamish apili ployim. I mean, but the Rambam, but I understand the Rambam.
I thought I was just a strange guy who feels good when I'm by that basketball.
No. That is why you have from the guy, sure. From half court and then makes slams it into there. That's the spineless. What's the difference? It's all good. And a scientist who's not picarious at this, it's all good. The Shaz, what do you do? So what's tiny the Rambam? What's Zok the Rambam? It's Pili Ployim. And das ist this miyad oiv meshabech mefarim mesav tayv gedol leida Hashem agadol.
And he got addicted to it.
Yeah. It's this. So there's a Rambam. So not a Rambam. See, I put this. Not a Rambam. Over here in the in the Sefer Mitzvahs. Okay, let's see. He shetzivanu be'avoso yisale. Okay, we have a mitzvah gadol, mitzvah gimel, to know Hashem, to love Hashem. V'zeh shenachshav and izbonei b'mitzvosav. Oh, all right, good, stimmt. U'maimorov u'pulosav ad shenasigeyu v'nene behasagosa betachlis hano. This is, we're talking about a person that is what again? He's nachshav and izbonein. Again, he's misbonein. Ram sagt this that he's misbonein on the Ribbon Hashem's world. In my Morav and Pulosav, Achanasigeyev and Venana behasagosa, Tachlis Hano. He has a Hano nifla adma od from the Ribbon Hashem's Welt. Bezosia Ava Hamechuyeves. Yeah, the Maisa. This I would say there's a great madregas. This is Mezosia Ava Mechuyeves. This is Poshet. This is Poshet the Ava that a person every year must have. This Meredlish, we're not talking about madregas here. We're talking about the Ava HaMechuyeves. You have to, as Hashem Elokecha, we say it's Tvei Molatog. You have to, and it's a mitzvah tmidiyas, yeder regif and minut from the tog. Is you have to. This is Ava Mechuyeves. This is Pilut, right? This is Veloshin Sifri. Lefishin Emar, you have to, as Hashem Elokecha, Eini Yodei Ketzad. Oh, so the Sifri beat the Rambam to it. He says, Eini Yodei Ketzad. Oh, hey, there's a Malkim. How do we come to love Hashem? So again, you tell the kid, you tell from Unfang, you tell him the orange came from Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. No such thing. Keitzad oives a makom talmudam where v'hoyu advarim ma'ela asher anochi mitzav v'chol yam al levovecha shemitoch kach. Terror. Mitoch shemitoch kach atom makir es mi she'omar v'hoya olam. Only through his bonus. Don't you understand? It's not a matter of hanhaga. There's a hanhaga. It's a real thing. It's a real thing that to come to love Hashem. There's only one way to do it. There's only one way to do it. It is this bonus in the Darkei Hashem. Hine bi'arnu l'choshe bizbonus taleb yodecha hasoga v'tagia hano. Right, you get this hano, you get this tremendous hano, betovo avo behechrach. Oh, so you see, the Rambam is dvarim gedolim here, betovo avo behechrach. You can't love Hashem. What are you going to do? What's Hashem? What? How do we do it? I can't hug him. I can't kiss him. I can't do anything like what kind of avo are we talking about over here? Besides the pu'ula, is the mitzvah from Avas Hashem is the hisboninus. What first have ichton to mekayim to get to that ava. You know what you have to do? You have to be misbonin on the Ribbon Shalom. You have to misbonin on sein Welt, my Mara Pulosav over here, my Mara Pulosav, and then the Sifri, so it talks about Retzach of Ahoyat Varim Eilus, talking about the Torah. You have to be misbonin. You have to be mizbanen on the Torah. You have to be mizbanen in the Welt, and that's the pu'ula from Avas Hashem that I am ich darf ton. Was ich darf ton is I must go and be mizbanen. This is the father the Torah father. I must be mizbanen on the Ribbon Hashem's Welt. That's amazing. Betavo ava behechrach, and memela this comes with ava behechrach. That's the word. The Pshat is it's not something I can go love. How do I love? He's not. How do I love? It's a real problem, and this is a mitzvah tmidi. Again, this is nifla adma. So what the Torah is saying, v'yahavto. When you say it every time in the Pshat, you have to understand v'yahavto, as the Torah is telling you, hetzachsu, you must go be misbonin on the bria. That's what the Torah is telling you. The Torah is telling you, you must bonin and you must bonin and Saiven Torah, Sai the Pulosav, Sai Maimorov. You have to go and misbonin on the bria. V'tovo ava behechrach. And then it's muchach, like the Rambam says over here in the Yad, it's as a miyad. Miyad hu oiv. You go misbanein, you really, Zeb said, oh, what do you mean? I don't know, I learned the daf yoh, I didn't fall off my chair, like, I just, I didn't like, yeah, because that's not what we're talking about. Does that nicht? That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about mitzvah from Talmud Torah here. We're not talking about this, whether you're Mekayim, the Kriyash Arvis, Shachris, Arvis, which gives a little bit of a understanding of that. How can Mekayim mitzvah Gisa B'Yam of Alayla is state that you say Kriyash Shachris, Arvis. How could that be? How could that be the minimum? What kind of thing is that? That's the Gisa B'Yam of Alayla. You have to. You understand? You have to, and you don't understand what that means. It's nifla. You hear this all the time. You hear this. The minimum requires the Kriyash Yom of Alayla. How can that be? Okay, so that's Talmud Torah. You're going to tell me that's the Higis about Yom of Alayla. Vos is this kiyum from Higis about Yom of Alayla. But this is the avo. The avo you have to. You have to. You have to means the B'shara said this fora, this is a metzivui, that you must be masbanein. You must be masbanein. Zweimal Tag sagt das, you're reminded, you this, you gedenkt, after gedenken good, and darf ton. Mit darf ton, the vehechrach. This is nifla. I'm telling you, it's nifla. V'tavu ha'ava behechrach. Okay? וכבר ביארנו שזהו המצווה גם כן כולל השני הקרים לבני אדם כולם לעבודו יסלה ולהמץ בו. And if a person's really haltzik right at his barnain, I told you, like the Rambam says over here, he can't contain himself. He's not just that this guy gets up and get weiter and get other things to do and he goes to do whatever he has to do, other asokim and stuff like that. There's no such thing. That's not the isbanon. That's what we're talking about. If you can get up, if you can leave it, if you got to do it, and forget and ganzen and this, you're not excited and head to Rashi, head to Tosis, head to Dos, head to Stimmt, with this, the Rambam, this, and then, or the Plias, the Amokas Abri and stuff like that, and Pshali he can't contain himself. If he can contain himself, okay, so I learned the ganze Seder, and Pshali said, and I gay, and I tufa sich daft on. And Pshali said, no, that's not what it is. That's not the kvar b'yanush is hamitzvah gam ken kolelis. This is part of the v'yahavto. You understand it? This is like a proba. If you want to know if your person mekayiv there v'yahavto, which is as a mechuyevin, is a ava mechuyeves. Ava mechuyeves, a mitzvah tamidi is 24/7. He's mechuyeves in the avos, and the Pshal has to have it. He says, "Terry, you verstehst nicht. This is pili ployim. This is the Eberster's Welt. This is I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Gam kein kolel. This is the and liegt in their mitzvah. And their mitzvah is gam kein kolel sheniya karim lebnei adam kulam lavadosam yisalav ilahametzbo. You can't contain yourself. You're going to tell people. You come in contact, and I tell you, I have to talk to you about it. This is this. Is when you're really in love with someone. You're going to talk about it. You're going to say you can't contain you. You're going to talk about it. V'tir behem. Not only you're going to talk about it one time and then go weiter and go to other things and forget with them. No, but you continue and you continue and continue. It's an obsession. And you're calling to people. You got to understand. You have to love Hashem. This is the bria, the terror. This is a pili ployim. The pu'ulosov and imrosov and this is pili ployim. V'zel derech moshel ken k'sheta'av also yis'al be'emes. When a person really look asher hegia l'chol me'asogas hamisoso. When a person gets the hasogas hamisoso, the welt that sees the chochma and the flow in the welt. Ata kari b'li sofek hasichlim reiva hapasoyim ladas yediyas emes asher yadato. You want to pierce through the wall. You want to go and tell them. You're going to. This guy's walking and he's a tracht and the face whatever was a tracht. Ik weiß was a tracht, but you know, Rabbi Levin, you gotta understand it. This is the terror is like unbelievable. It's purely flying. It's you can't. The Welt is unbelievable. The Hamaka, the Chochma in the Welt is unbelievable. The Lashon Sifrid, we have to as Hashem, have also al Brias Avram Avicho. Different Sifrid than before. This is like Avram Avicho. You want to know why Avram Avinu was running around and he's sick, he had a meal and he's waiting by the door. What's this with them? What's him gechapt? What's the cheshik? What's this with their Avram? So you think, of course, this is like a superstar. This is the person that's, the one of the giants and this and that's what. No, Avram Avi. That's what you do. When you have that Ava, you run around, you want to, there's nothing, that's it. Avram Avichu Shenamar Vesa Nefesh Esher also Bechorim. Ritzana Lomer, Kamosha Avram Mipnei Kamosha Avram. Like Avram Avinu. What's that time? Avram Avinu is Avram Avinu. What's that? Mosai, you give my side when the mice is and it says, you give a little bit and this and God's house. God's fine, but that's not what it's talking about. Das is a halacha, das is a dogma, das is jeder Yid auf das sein sei. Kama Avram shemipnei shehaya oiv kama shehei rakosef. Avram Oavi. The Torah is married that dos is Ava, dos is the Ava. V'zeh be'otzim hasagoso. That's what I'm telling you. When we went decades in Misbanin on the Rebbeinu Shalom, this and that, it was molded Ava. That's why the Yisod is Avram Ovi. Hasagoso kara b'nei Adam l'hamim b'shem merov avoso. Because of his great love for Hashem, that's what the merov avoso. That's why he was Mekar people. Running around this, Kain ato ohuv, also ad shetikre lo b'nei Adam. You also have to do that. You also have to go. You have to, when you come in contact, when you see people, you have to this. This is unbelievable, and this is the Abba HaMechuyeves. This is the Abba HaMechuyeves. This is Rabbosai v'zos Abba HaMechuyeves. The rednish from Dargis from Chasidus here. We're not rednish from Dargis from Lefnei Mishur Sedin.
Avram Avinu wasn't anything special.
He was special because he did what he was supposed to do.
Like Moshe Rabbeinu also.
Like Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is bigger than Avram Avinu. Yeah. So that's ganz fine thing, whatever. But ich bin auch mechuyev in them. That's Avram. That's Avini. Avram Avinu is the pshat. Avram Avinu is the pshat. Dos bin ich muss sein azay. Not because of Tosefes Milo. This is the chiyuv of Avos Hashem. It's unbelievable. What's supposed to do? What you want from me? Now you want to know why the Rambam asks you, "Hey, derech Avos Hashem?" Yeah, what's that big fun? What's that big fun? What do you mean? Eat ches kosher, daven it, this, learn a bit, but what's that big fun? Avram Avinu. This is, you got to be misponing. The Torah, like he says over here, the Torah is incorporative. You must do it. This is, you must do it. And that's why the Rambam wrote this whole, the Parakim over here in the yard. This is, I'm telling you, the things that are like, this is Nifla Admod. Pasha Nifla Admod. So I just want to tell you, it's B'dayik. Over here the Rambam says in the yard, he says, the Rambam mentions another Knech over here. If you chapped it, I'm looking, I was a bit Ganaka here, but U'misava taiva gedola leida Hashem Gadol. It mentions the Hano. He mentions the Hano v'yirah me'en chachmasa she'ein lo erech v'lo keitz b'yad hu'ayv v'meshabech v'mefareb misava taiva gedola leida Hashem Gadol. So that's what the Rambam says over here in the Yad. And it's a miyad. It's something that comes from the Yad. Over here, he doesn't say anything about the later Taiva Gedola. He just says the Hano. The Hano that a person is going to get is that's what creates. That's what the Achanasi Geya V'Nena V'Hasogosa B'Tachlis Hano. The Zoga V'Tachlis Hano. V'Zosi Ha'avo HaMuchliyeves. And that's the Ava Mechuyeves. So why over here doesn't the Rambam was mashmit this? Could add in a very simple and you have a Taiva Gedola to Leidas Hashem, like he says over here. So Rodas Tainen Pshat said, "Herta Meiser is unbelievable." Is that over here we're talking about the mitzvah? What's the sequence of the mitzvah now? Now after everything I told you now. If I ask you, what's the sequence of the mitzvah? How do we come to, we have a mitzvah, you have to as Hashem Elokecha. Full stafik ton. So you tell me, okay, the Rambam said, well, you got to be misbanin. Good, you misbanin on the Bria, misbanin, we're going to get to your kasha also. But both your kasha is the same. But you're going to tell first you got to misbanin. That is the chiyuv of my mitzidi. The chiyuv proti mitzidi is a person every yin must be misbanin. That's a palette. This is nifla adma'od. The pshat is that the 14-year-old kid, the 13-year-old kid is he's mechuyev misbanin and this and hamokin and the Torah and the bria and this and I'm saying, you kidding? You kidding today? What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Our kids, when you got a Baruch Hashem, he says Modani. What do you mean? This is Hodul Hashem. This is what do you mean? He's mechuyev to be misbanin. He's misbanin. Ad kadei kach that he's portion of the chapter spirals from the Rebbeinu Shalom. This is pili ployim. I'm telling you, it's so connected. Everything that we are, unbelievable. You want to know. The pshat is that there's some, Leitzonei Hadur are going to tell you, yeah, we are holding by, we are mamish in a door, Deya, there's more Torah today, and there's more this, and people running around, and this, and this never was such a people finishing Shas, and left and right, and this and that, and to verstehen that this is, it don't begin. It doesn't begin. Don't you understand? It doesn't begin. The guy doesn't begin. He doesn't begin. He wasn't Mekayim the mitzvah, first Sheish mitzvah to me. He wasn't Mekayim the mitzvah La'avos Hashem. He says, Svei Tog, v'yahavto, and he's not Mekayim it. He's not Mekayim it. He's not a misbanin, ad kadei kach that his mamash is spireless and this and that. He's not Mekayim it. There's more Torah to that. Fair. After Lapumim.
Why they shouldn't learn so much? It's terrible.
I didn't say that. But you're going to think that we're on such a madrega. You want to know this is a diuta tachtona from this is baltig ula. You want to know kulam chayovim, kulam zakoyim. What the pshat is, because the pshat is that here the Torah fathered from uns. This is not. I'm telling you, this is not madregas over here. The Torah fathered from year to year. This is something. This is nifla hadma'od. So now when you have a chinuch system, and you have this, and you want to know, the Rambam says, the kids should stay in yeshiva and all day, and you teach them all day and all night, and part of the night and stuff like that, and that. No, this is like, we're not holding by that. We got a break, and we need this, and we now go to lunch, and this, and then they go home early, and they do this, and that's for the Rambam. That's not for us, but we're holding in the great Madrega. No, Rabbi Levin, you lost it. You forgot. Wir haben vergessen in Ganze, was the Torah will. The Torah fordert. The Torah is morning. The